Yo, what's up, you guys? Today I want to share a wild story that might even be out of the box for some of you. In fact, it's something I don't hear a lot of people who are into Neville Goddard even really talk about. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I want to share it on my channel. But before I get into it, hit that subscribe button and the bell right next to it to get your weekly dose of inspirational stories, tips, and teachings. Did you do it? Trust me, you don't want to miss them. Alright, let's do this. In The Law and the Promise, Neville talks about this one lady who had a brother in the hospital, and her brother was in a lot of pain and was about to have a fourth major operation with little hope of recovery. In other words, things weren't looking too good for him. So, of course, she was concerned about her brother. And thankfully, she learned about the power of imagination and attempted to use it to see what would happen. But first, she asked herself what her brother would really want. Does he want to continue to live in his body, or does he want to be free from it? And she really had to think it through. And suddenly, she had the feeling that he wanted to continue remodeling his kitchen, because it's something that he's been wanting to do even before he was confined in the hospital. So there, she got her answer, and she began to imagine from that point on. Check this out. When she was attempting to quote-unquote see her brother in her imagination, where he was all busy, remodeling his kitchen, doing his thing, she suddenly found herself, ready for this? Gripping the back of a kitchen chair, then bam, all of a sudden, she found herself standing beside her brother's bed in the hospital, which was the last place she wanted to be, physically or mentally. But there she was, right there with them. And then her brother reached up and grabbed her hand tightly and said, I knew you would come, Joe. And it was a well hand, too, that she felt. It wasn't all weak and fragile. Nah, dude, it was strong and sure. And then all this joy bubbled up and spilled over in her voice as she heard herself say these words, It's all better now. You know it. Her brother didn't answer, but she distinctly heard a voice say to her, Remember this moment. Suddenly, she was awake back at home. Now, keep in mind, this all happened the night after he went to the hospital. Get this. The next day, his wife called her up saying that what happened to him is unbelievable. Why? Because he no longer needed the operation, and the doctor didn't know how to explain it. In fact, their brother improved so much that they've agreed to release him the very next day. And so, the following Monday, her brother went back to work and was perfectly well since that day. Boom. Trippy story, right? So what was that all about? How the heck did she literally end up next to her brother at the hospital? Well, in Neville's words, she didn't need a compass to find him. All she needed was the eye of imagination. That's it. And if you're familiar with my work, you know I've experienced this kind of stuff too. What Neville calls mental traveling or imaginal travel, whatever you want to call it. But here's the problem. Common sense will tell you that we're living in a what? A solid physical world, right? It appears that way, but in reality, real talk, let me break it to you. It's imaginal. It's imaginal through and through. It's all imagination. You are all imagination. Remember, consciousness is a one and only reality. We live and move in different states. And since that's true, folks, listen, then you must be where you are in your imagination, because imagination is active at and through any state that it's aware of. Is this making sense? That's why Neville says that if we're to take shifting of awareness seriously, then there are possibilities beyond belief, straight up. So my question to you is, what do you want to imagine today? Okay? What is it that you want to see? Not what is, but what do you want to see? Don't be limited by the facts, you guys. Now, whatever your desire is, shift your focus of awareness to it and see what happens. For real. Because you will get what you believe. Yeah. Alrighty, guys, don't forget to hit that like button and to leave a review if you're listening via podcast. In case you didn't know, it gets more people to discover my work and, of course, help spread this message. And yo, don't forget to register for my free online training that'll seriously help you start manifesting the life you really want right now. So check it out. The link's in the description. Like I always say, more's coming. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.